All right, welcome back, COSA 50 and 650 folks. Professor Almeida here. Happy Thursday, everyone. Hope all is well wherever you may be. And just to let you know, because it is Thursday morning, I am hanging out in the Canvas live chat until noon today. So if you have questions for me on Access, click over to the chat and I will be there again until noon. Now, in this video, I want to talk to you about weeks 13 and 14 together, because once we are done with Access, we only have 4 assignments remaining in this course. And then for our last month, we're going to be spending it on your capstones and getting you ready for the Microsoft Office Specialist certification. So without further ado, let's talk about weeks 13 and 14. This announcement video might run a little long, so be sure to grab your favorite beverage. Hit the pause button, go get something. I have my Earl Grey here. So without further ado, let's take a look again in Canvas. All right, so when you come to class on Monday the 20th, you have the entire week to work on your Excel capstone. Now, the capstone is a lot like the other projects we have been doing in class together. It spans all 3 chapters of Excel, and the project runs a little bit longer. You still have 3 attempts as usual. The only difference here is that we're not going to walk through it together as a class. And if you ask me questions about the capstone, I'm just going to drop hints on where to find the lessons concerning the task in question. Now, you can talk amongst yourselves, discuss strategies, work through the project together, but again, we're not walking through it. And if you try to ask me, I'm just going to give you hints. Now, keep in mind, if you're using the COS Computer Labs or our instructional assistants for guidance, they also are not going to give you the answers to the capstones. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now, if you manage to finish early with your capstones, again, I'm giving you the entire week. If you manage to finish early, that's a bonus, because that means more time to prepare for the Microsoft Office Specialist. Now, I've put together a video on how to use G-metrics, so be sure to watch that, especially when I start talking about things like training mode and testing mode and all that good stuff. So again, make sure you watch the video. And with that said, let's talk about G-metrics. So here's G-metrics. I've already logged in. Be sure to redeem the access code that is on our Canvas homepage. Okay, so you'll see the access code there. You can just copy and paste it into this box. And once you've done that, you will have access to the MOS material. Now, a key difference from the video here is the availability of exams. Now, when I recorded the G-metrics video at the time, we were still working with Office 2019. Fortunately, Certiport has moved on to Excel 365 as the only exam, but they haven't done that for Access. So let me show you here. You can see here's Office 365, here's Office 2019. For Excel, you are going to practice the Excel 365 version. You can see we have 3 Cert Prep labeled exams. You can choose any one of the 3 here, and you'll see there are 2 modes, training mode and testing mode. I'm just looking for training mode results. Passing is 700 or better. Now, here's another important thing to keep in mind. We've only covered 3 chapters of Excel together in class. There's a whole lot more to Excel beyond the 3 chapters. Now, you can look at your digital textbook for reference, or you could just go right through the MOS. And without giving too much away, I can pretty much tell you that what you see in the practice exams, you can expect to see it on the MOS. Now, in training mode, if you're not sure on how to do something in one of the projects, you can get help and they'll give you step-by-step instructions on what to do. Now, if you find yourself getting stuck and you're not sure how to do something, for example, importing a CSV file, write down the steps, make a note of them, because I can guarantee you'll probably see it on the actual MOS. And by the way, If you want to challenge yourself, you can switch over to testing mode. It's the same exact exam, except you're not going to get hints, and you have 50 minutes to complete the projects, just like in the actual MOS. Speaking of which, if you manage to pull an 850 or better in testing mode with one of the Cert Prep exams, I will award an additional 10 bonus points. Think of that as extra credit. So there's an incentive right there. If you can get 850 or better in testing mode with one of these 3 exams here, okay, the Cert Prep exams, I will award you 10 additional points on the assignment. Now keep in mind, for the Geometrics assignment, it's only with the Cert Prep exams here. You can see there's a whole bunch of other ones to choose from, and you can practice as much as you want. You can take these exams as many times as you want. So if you don't pass on your first try, you can just keep taking the exam again and again and again until you pass. Now, the assignment for Geometrics, that's in week 14. Be sure to read the instructions before you turn in your exam results. Again, I've outlined all of this in the Geometrics video, so be sure to watch that. All right, so that is it for weeks 13 and 14. I'm going to make a separate announcement in class concerning the MOS itself. So if you want to go for the Excel MOS, watch for announcements in class on when it's available and how to take the exam. So with that said, enjoy your weekend. Let's make sure we get our Access assignments turned in. And just as a friendly reminder, with the projects, some things you might have to fix. They could be as simple as right-click renaming. Perhaps there was a typo somewhere. Or if you use the wizard, let's say, for example, you created a crosstab query, or maybe you were looking for a find unmatched query and you messed something up, you might have to delete that query and run through the wizard again. So it really depends if you know, what happens when you made a mistake in your projects. So be careful, be methodical. Don't wait until Sunday when it's too late. And with that said, enjoy your weekend. Take care of yourselves out there, and we'll see you on Monday. Thanks for watching.